welcome. Pull the pin ready, War Room Edition. I'm Jim.
I'm Nate Dogg, and that's not your mama. Welcome. But are you my dada?
Definitely not your mama. Well, welcome back.
Not according to Maury, I'm not.
You can't make assumptions. You can't make assumptions.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's good to see you back at least.
Yeah. Missed you for a few days. What's going on?
Hey, look, man, I'm growing on the show like a fungus. But the good kind, right? Like Portobello, not like the black kind that like gives you bad stuff in your lungs.
Yeah, not like that cheese
nicotine
that comes under your nuts, right?
No.
That's not good. I better stop eating that stuff.
Tastes good on them MRE crackers, right?
I think
you were getting squeezed cheese.
I think that is what they put in that pack.
Famunda cheese.
Famunda cheese.
From underneath nuts.
Speaking of these nuts, you guys know how this works, right? We pull out some headlines from the mainstream media, and we talk about them as just regular veterans because whether we read them or not, we have opinions too, just like all of you who aren't reading the articles and are forming opinions. But ours are probably right. All right, so we ready?
At least mine are. I know mine are.
Yeah, right. Exactly, because you speak for all veterans.
That's
Speaking
right,
of,
I do.
Speaking of veterans.
Speaking of, so we'll talk about your Pride collection. Disney releases LGBTQ themed toys marketed to children.
Wait, is that LGBTQ minus, or should that be a plus? Right? Or should that be a plus?
That should be a plus.
Or is that a hyphen?
You're so racist.
You're such a homophobe, Jim.
I'm getting so sick of your blatant bigotry.
It's not Jim's headline. He copied and pasted it, so.
Yeah, I didn't write the headline.
Oh. Well, who do we get to blame for that? I'm so excited we get to blame something on somebody.
Disney.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I saw a interview with some Disney exec where she said she tries to put as much queer stuff in the back of the scenes as she can in all these new animated films for kids to see. I mean, kids don't need that stuff. They're not.
Well, let me ask you this: what is the point? I mean, that's always my go-to response for any question is like, okay, if they're doing all, putting all this alternative lifestyle, I don't know what the PC term for it is now. Okay, but they're putting all this stuff in the background. Why? What's the point? What does Disney get out of that as a company? I mean, what's in it for them?
I don't think the company's getting anything out of it. That's why I think it's being done by people within the company.
I mean,
so that they don't feel like outsiders, or they feel more inclusive and all that. They feel better about themselves. It's just like we talk about in other episodes. It's like if you're overweight and instead of getting healthy, if you can convince everybody around you to think that being overweight is beautiful, then wouldn't you do that? Because it's a lot easier than losing weight.
Well, I mean, all this keeps verifying how much money I'm going to save by not going to these resorts now. I will not take my kids to Disney. I'm not.
Well, I'll give you an honest opinion. I don't really even see a problem with a Pride collection. I really don't see a problem with it. I don't have to buy it.
For adults. For adults.
But, well, right, for the kids, sure. The problem, though, at the end of the day is you're not inclusive. You claim to be all inclusive. You claim, but that's it. We get a Pride collection and a straight collection. What about all the other collections? What about Martian collections? What about furry collections? What about?
I was going to say them. I was going to say them.
So, like at the end of the day, don't act like you're getting some sort of freedom when you're excluding other people too. Because it's not. Then it's about you. It's not about freedom and we count too and we need to be heard. No. It goes back to the same argument about, these colleges opening up these, people of color rooms and all this stuff. Well, if you can't have white, you can't have black, you can't have Asian, then you don't have none of them. It's just that simple. So there's no Pride collection if you're not going to have something else.
Not your mama. Not your mama. Do you know what furries are?
He's a furry.
I might know a furry or two.
Do you know what they are?
I do.
Have you heard about them? Yeah.
I am very open-minded sexually.
That's not all right.
Hey, but the good news is my monkeypox vaccine is working. So.
Nice. Yeah, so like I said, I don't have a problem with the pride collection. Well, like you just said, to kids, yeah, that's a little weird.
Catering
but
to
I don't have to give it
okay.
to my kids.
That's my personal
kids aren't buying toys. My kids are not buying toys.
True.
Let's be honest, okay? Mattel has been making LGBTQ Ken dolls for 50 years, okay? Anybody who's ever taken a Ken doll's pants off has seen how anatomically incorrect he is.
Barbie's the same. Barbie's the same. I mean, she might have boobies, but she don't have the JJ.
Yeah. So, I mean, what exactly is it that is LGBTQ themed about these toys? Is it like, is it a Disney princess and a rainbow shirt? I mean, what is it exactly that makes it, what differentiates these toys from the other just non-LGBTQ Pride collection toys?
Read the article.
Well, but let's be real. Forget the article. I mean, let's be real. Put yourself in the scenario. You walk into a store, whether it's a big box store, whatever, and these toys. Like, I'll give you a great example. The new Star Wars. I can tell you, I walk into toy stores all the time, and I see these characters on the shelf. What's that Asian girl's name? I don't even know. Nobody's buying that crap. So
that's because the movie sucked.
That's my point. So put all your little collections out there and see if people buy it. If people buy it, great on you. If they don't, you're going to stop making it because nobody's buying it. So let it take care of itself. I really don't care. Pride collection, I don't care. I don't care. You're going to waste your money producing something nobody's buying? Go for it.
I still loved Encanto, Disney. Thank you. But we don't talk about Bruno.
All right. We'll move on to something nobody else is buying. President goes over 100 days without major interview. Handlers are petrified.
Why are they petrified?
So is he.
He hasn't had
doing interviews.
He hasn't had an interview in 100 days. The handlers should be happy.
Yeah. That's less damage control for you to do.
Yes. It's pretty pathetic about how much he does not speak to the American people. Or not even the American people. Even at a press conference for anything, he's not allowed to. Except unknown questions.
I mean, I miss my good old fireside chats on the radio.
With Joe?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Like, we're in the middle of collapsing country. You'd think an interview would be okay now? Like, you think maybe hearing what he really has to say and what his plans are would be good now?
He doesn't know what they are unless someone writes them for him.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to make that assumption. My point is just, he should be doing interviews.
That's not an assumption by now. That's a fact by now.
Yeah, well, I get it. So, is everybody aware of it? Is there still 30% of Republicans that think he might be just holding out for the right interview? Like,
yeah, he's going to wait and do an interview with High Times. So that way he can at least speak to people who might be unable to understand his incoherent rhetoric. And maybe translate it for the rest of us.
I don't know. I don't think high people actually understand what he says either.
I feel like their odds are better than mine.
I don't think high people lose their mental stability when they're smoking weed to understand what he's saying.
no, they slow down so they can comprehend.
Oh, yeah, so they'll understand him better then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they got a better chance of understanding what the hell he's talking about than I do.
Yeah, you know, that thing, Like, next.
Come on, man.
Next headline. Next headline. Not the breast idea. Go topless Jeep weekend results in mass arrest, dozens of injuries.
So let me clarify this headline because I am a topless Jeep owner. This is not one thing. This is all over the country. And it's a weekend where a bunch of Jeepers get together and take their tops of their Jeeps off. Now, others might take other tops off too. But this is the first time I heard of mass arrest and dozens of injuries. I want to know which one this happened at.
So you can go next year?
Yes. Because if it's close to me, I'm going to that one next year. Because the one I went to, none of that happened.
All the tops were on?
The tops are off, but there's no mass arrest and there are not dozens of injuries.
I mean, I don't. I'm a free the nipple guy. I don't see why if a man can go without a top on, a woman shouldn't be able to allow to do the same.
My Jeep, my choice.
Yeah. That's just me. So I'm like.
So now this is the headline, Jim. You have me. I have to go look for this headline, or you can send it to me, and I want to read this one though. I want to know where it was and what happened because
what caused the dozens of injuries? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, this is
right?
not the.
Was
this
it
is
people
not the
driving
norm.
like this as they were looking at the kitties, or I mean, what was going on there?
That
like,
could have been.
Hey, Bo, did you see that pair? Like, I mean,
you the Hazard Boys.
What caused the dozens of injuries? That's where my main curiosity is being piqued at here.
Yeah. Was it sunburn on the tatas or what was it?
Melanoma is very serious.
But that is not the norm at these topless Jeep weekend events that go on across the country. So yes, I am interested in this headline. Most headlines I'm not interested in, Jim, to read the article, but this one, I'll go ahead and give it a shot.
All right. I mean, you could have earlier, but, then we would have something more to talk about. But, all right, so let's move on to the Air Force. Air Force General holding diplomas hostage unless unvaxxed cadets pay a vaccine ransom.
A vaccine ransom? That's bullshit. They earned it. Give them their damn diplomas.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting a vaccine
You're a general. Grow the fuck up.
I don't know if having a vaccine had anything to do with education. Getting the education.
Well,
the hell you were doing your term papers on.
Get your indoctrination appropriately if you're still thinking for yourself.
So is this the Air Force General that runs the Air Force Academy? No, Air Force of Cadets.
Yeah,
okay,
cadets.
So I'm assuming it's the Air Force Academy.
How dare you think for yourself, cadet?
It's just crazy.
Now pay me.
An issue. How
What are they
is
going
even an issue?
What are they going to pay? I mean, are they going to pay the Air Force directly for not getting a vaccine? I mean, who do you give money to? I'm assuming again, but a ransom is money, right?
Maybe they just.
I mean, I think he's going to be
name.
Air Force joke. I see what you did there.
I didn't hear him. I missed it.
They have to call him General instead of Bob.
Oh, yeah. His name's John, but
well, I mean, okay. So, I mean, does he mean literally pay him, or does he, or is he saying, like you have to go out and get your vaccine, or I'm not giving you your diploma?
No,
I mean,
or is he saying you can be unvaxxed, just give some money and it's okay now? Is that what it's saying? Because
I mean, that's how the most of America works.
So I can pay a vaccine
the rule.
ransom.
Unless you have lots of money, then you can do what you want.
I'm going to assume that this is inflammatory because they're holding diplomas hostage. Like that alone is just like they're not really holding them hostage. That's just something you embellish the language just to make it sound worse.
Can't he just go online and order a replacement diploma?
I mean, I would tell him to shove it up his ass. I mean, whether you physically have it in your hands or not, I mean, it's still in the records that you were awarded one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I graduated college. I couldn't tell you how many years ago. I have no fucking clue where my diploma is.
You know what? I don't need
I
a diploma.
still put it on all of my resumes, though.
Yeah,
I
you
can
don't need you
photocopy
don't,
it and put my name on it.
you don't need the diploma to get a job. All I need is my transcript. So kiss my ass.
Yeah, right. I mean,
All right, I'll get your vaccine for the piece of paper.
That's awesome.
Well,
Glad
whatever.
glad we were all Army. Ain't no Army generals doing that.
They're doing a lot worse.
Probably.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and cancel it here because, yeah, we're done picking on the Air Force. I'm actually a little jealous. But
We can do a whole episode on that one too.
on the Air Force?
Pick on them, yeah. Ooh.
That's the perfect way to end this. Thank you guys for joining us.
Bless
Thanks
you.
for coming out. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're a veteran, get involved. The website's at the bottom. Like, share, subscribe, all that other cool stuff I never say. But most of all, leave a comment. We definitely want to talk to you. Get on the show. And until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin already. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.